today I stopped at this weird southern store. 20 years ago, they would have been like, oh, a band, fuck that, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, you guys look like good boys. You're. It's like, no, man, we're in a rock and roll band. You're supposed to think we're bad. Juan, are you even playing?
Oh, this thing? No, I'm just hanging out.
So as a really good guitar player and musician, what do you think about someone that sucks at playing as much as I do?
But the thing is, it's not.
I'm really not good at playing.
Yeah, but the important thing is the energy and what you project. You know.
So you don't look down on me for being a bad musician?
No, not at all. Not at all. I practiced when I was a kid. I would come home from school, pick up the guitar, and play till like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, till my parents told me, pull the plug. So.
See, I'm kind of the opposite, because sometimes my parents never asked me to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes my friends would get mad at me for not practicing. They're like, well, why don't you just kind of learn how to do this a little more? And be like, okay, I guess I will.
Yeah.
But
I practiced in order for later on in life to throw it all away.
Did you go to college?
No. I did some community college. Fuck school, kids.
No, I went to Europe and South America on tour. I didn't go to college. Fuck that.
I just got back from Australia. I did the Soundwave Festival, and I'm doing a project with Troy from Macedon and one of the guys from Converge. So what I enjoy is that I was able to see places that I couldn't afford on my own, taking a vacation or something.
Is that your phone?
It's my drug dealer. All right, bye.
When we toured the Middle East, we were the first punk band to play in any of those cities. So everything we do is revolutionary.
Yeah.
I could say, fuck God, and everybody would be like, oh my God, you might die. We didn't do that, but actually, we would never do that. But that's one of the last places you can be like, kind of like, whoa, man, what's going on with this band?
Yeah.
That's one thing that I think is missing in music in general is, okay, parents are still afraid of rap music because there's still like shootings and stuff going on. They glorify that kind of stuff, but no one's afraid of the devil anymore. No one's afraid of like satanic music. Like that's like the last time that happened was maybe the early 90s, like in the Midwest somewhere. Yeah. But now like rock and roll music, like no one thinks that's dangerous.
You know what's funny about all the black metal and stuff like that? It's just like, I could see people thinking that's like the deepest, darkest thing. But it's these like 14-year-olds in
They're
the
like
bedroom
nerds.
with a little sequencer.
They're like
and their
Swedish
mom,
nerds.
Yeah, and their mom's like, dinner's ready. You know?
I just wish rock and roll could be a little more dangerous. I'm 31 now, so it's hard to be dangerous without looking like a retard or going to prison.
You're kind of jaded too. It's so weird. It's like I'm trying to like newer music, and you know, this festival's cool. I actually got turned on to a lot of stuff, but I'm not like, I don't have like my notebook that I chart down every single band or draw their logo.
You know what's totally not dangerous anymore?
What?
Having long hair or a sleeveless leather jacket.
It's funny. People's moms are like, "Come on in, we got food." You know, before it's like, "Don't even get near my neighborhood." You know.
Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid, I was just past when being into punk rock was kind of dangerous because there was a lot of rednecks in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Back when I was like in 8th grade and I thought my first name was Faggot and would get punched out all the time. But now it's like totally cool. I think kids are missing out on that. Like, you should get kind of like smacked around a little bit because like, I believe in this music and I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, and that's what gave it its
essence. I don't
essence.
care what you think.
Yeah.
Now we're at an era where, you know, there's been 60 years of rock and roll, so it's very hard to be offensive unless you're just a complete degenerate or just fuck up. Now you have to be like a child molester or a Nazi to like turn heads.
Shit. So what was it like when you guys went to India? Because I've always wanted to go there.
It was an interesting experience to get to go there.
Yeah.
But they told us we could do whatever we wanted to do, but I guess like kissing dudes is not one of those things. Before the shows, they'd allot us like 4 beers apiece. This is not a big drinking country. Yeah. Like 4 beers, that's just like. So I left one day and like went AWOL and hired a motorcycle taxi to get me a bunch of whiskey. And yet it's hard to get liquor there. You have to go to like bike shops to get it. And we got wasted before and we were having a great time. I had a wireless microphone. I started doing my preaching thing.
Yeah.
And 2 of us made out and Cole like showed his butt. And we thought it was wonderful. And it was at this college. And then when we got back to the hotel, we realized the police were on their way there to get us. So we had to hire taxis to take us 10 hours away. And those roads are terrifying in India. I mean, talk about bad, like you think there's bad potholes in Atlanta, go to India, there's no infrastructure. And we just went straight to the airport and flew to Germany. I like that we went there, but it just wasn't really ready for it.
Yeah.
But it was, but like the kids liked us that night. It was the authorities. Hey Juan, man, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, I love seeing you. I love running into you.
Always.
Awesome, man.
And I remember that picture you drew of me.
Yeah.
After
It
the
was
haunted
awesome.
house.
That night was wild.
Yeah, it was really
It was
rad.
awesome. Southern Comfort. I
Yep.
love that place.
Yeah.
Dude,